I set out on this solo adventure, leaving southern Utah and heading west, where the vast desert landscape slowly gave way to small, quiet towns, where there were more cattle than people. The highways, sprinkled with Joshua trees, seemed to stretch on forever. A rainbow arched across the sky, a sign of moisture in the air and a promise of a big adventure to come. I watched the last rays of the sun light up Boundary Peak as it dipped below the Sierra Nevadas. The sun's glow faded into dark skies speckled with bright stars. Tonight I would car camp, just outside of Yosemite National Park. I was prepared to wake up early to get into the park in time to pack my bag and pick up my permit. The drive into Yosemite started in the dark, but as I neared the valley, the sun began to reveal the stunning scenery of granite rocks and pine trees. Anticipation filled my bones as I embarked on this solo trek into the backcountry. I parked at Curry Village, loaded up my pack, and jumped on a shuttle to the Wilderness Center. I'm officially here in Yosemite Valley. I just took the shuttle bus from Curry Village to the lodge area. I have to go to the Wilderness Center this morning and pick up my permit. It opens at 8 and it is 7:52, so I'm running right on time, which is great. Then I get to hit the trail after that. Finally made it to the upper Yosemite Falls trailhead. It is past 9 o'clock right now. It's just insane trying to get around this national park on all the different shuttles and getting my permit. This is probably gonna be a very strenuous 3.5 miles. The Upper Yosemite Falls Trail is a very popular hike in this national park. And with starting as late in the day as I did, I was surrounded by other hikers. The trail was well marked and easy to navigate. And though much of it was a steep ascent, it wasn't too technical. I'm about 1.2 in right now. I have 2.3 left to go to get to Yosemite Falls. It's getting toasty. The views on this section of trail were absolutely stunning. Oh my gosh, these rock faces are just incredible. With temperatures rising and direct sun for most of this hike, things were starting to get a bit spicy. The little bits of shade and the views of these granite cliffs are what kept me going.
I believe this is Oh My Gosh Point, and I can see why.
Oh, sweet, sweet shade. Oh, it feels so good. It's getting real hot out, and a lot of these sections of trail are very exposed to the sun, so whew. Needless to say, I've got a good sweat going on, and I'm probably not even halfway to the elevation that I'm climbing today. Oh, this hike is incredible so far though. Got a very late start on the day, so see if I can't get some miles in. I'm hiking at a good pace that's not like overly strenuous, but it's not overly fast either. It feels very comfortable, so just gonna keep on keeping on. Yosemite Falls seemed to be flowing at a very low rate, which might be normal this time of year, but was certainly a stark contrast to the last time I was in this magical valley. We got Yosemite Falls here in Half Dome in the black background. Incredible. Stop to take a break and look at this spot. It is so beautiful. Found a nice shady spot. Look at this granite wall behind me. It's incredible. Wow. It's so hot. It is so hot. I just hiked past two girls heading down, and they said right here we're about halfway. And according to the sign at the bottom, it said Yosemite Falls was 3.5 miles. And according to Strava, I've done 3.2. So if I'm only halfway, that sign is way wrong. I really hope I'm not only halfway. Holy smokes. This is kicking my butt. I just passed a couple and they said I'm like 20 minutes away, so definitely not halfway. Oh, 20 minutes I can do. Obviously, I'm almost to Yosemite Falls. My backpacking trip is gonna take me much further than that, but right now, all that's on my mind is getting in the cold river. It is wicked hot out here. Oh, it's getting breezy. Feels good. This is incredible. I'm gonna go see if I can find a view of the falls.
Oh my gosh, look at that. Wow.
That was a glorious swim. But it is very exposed right here, so I'm probably gonna go find some shade to eat some lunch in. That helped cool me off so much. I feel so much better. Heading to North Dome. I stopped to filter water at the Yosemite Falls and it was a mess. Apparently my water filter is clogged and it took me like an hour and a half to filter like 2.5 liters. Just a mess. So I kept cleaning it out and trying to filter and squeezing as hard as I could. My hand is literally exhausted from squeezing the filter bag. Oh, but I'm so frustrated. Hopefully this doesn't throw off the rest of my hike. I'm already super behind today. So that's frustrating for me. And I just had to sit in the sun for an hour and a half and just filter water. I didn't even get to have a lunch break yet. So now, after all that, it is like after 1 o'clock, and now I need to stop and take a lunch break. So I just had a moment and I kind of wanted to share because I'm here to share about the realities of my trips, my hikes, my backpacking experiences. I had just filmed the shot of me unloading food and stuffing it into my pockets. And as I film, sometimes I keep in mind what I will want to say in post. As I was stuffing food in my pocket, I was imagining telling you guys that, you know, I wasn't gonna stop for lunch and that I was just powering through, you know, wanted to get these miles done. But I observed that thought in my head and I asked myself, why is that the narrative that I am choosing to show? Why is that the narrative I'm choosing to do this hike with? I decided to sit there for a minute and take a few breaths, sink into my body, observe the scenery around me, and I realized that I'm out here to have fun. I'm not here to hike as many miles as I can as quickly as possible or get to a destination super fast. So I decided to change my narrative. I'm hiking and I'm doing the best I can with the circumstances that I was given. Obviously, there are things that are trying to slow me down right now, and that's okay. I can slow down. There's nowhere that I need to be. I can go as far as I want to. This is gonna be a positive experience. I don't wanna hike stressed. I don't wanna hike fast if I'm not feeling it. I'm just gonna hike and enjoy it because this is a beautiful opportunity to be here and to get to explore the backcountry of Yosemite. So here I am, refreshed, new mindset. Let's shift the rest of this hike today.
I started all the way down there, hiked my little butt all the way up here.
Incredible. Wow. So you have cloud rest back here, half dome.
Incredible, you guys. And these mountain tips over here are red. Oh my gosh.
These views are why I do this. Oh my gosh. I just ate my tuna and all of my dried watermelon and it was so good. And I'm feeling pretty good right now. Now that I'm going downhill, it's kind of forested around me, so I'm getting a little bit more shade than the last portion. My mood's coming back, my energy's coming back. So we're making progress, and that's all that matters. Changing my narrative was everything. A gentle reminder to myself that I am the only one creating pressure on myself to stick to a plan that I created when I was sitting at home looking at a map. I am the only one that can relieve myself of that pressure when I'm out in the field and the hike doesn't go according to plan. If there's anything I've learned while backpacking and hiking, it's that things rarely go exactly how I plan them. And the same is true for life. I've also found that as my plans fall apart, usually something better comes into focus. Though I was behind on my hike, I was being set up for something pretty spectacular just around the corner. Wow, this place is unreal. Are you serious? It's so amazing it looks fake at this angle. This is unreal. I am sitting in the shade of this gigantic tree and it is lovely. My legs are roasted, so I'm trying to stay out of the sun as much as possible. My original goal was to try to hike a little bit past North Dome, maybe a mile or two, but the views from North Dome are absolutely insane, and I think it would be just incredible to watch the sunset on Half Dome over here. So that is my plan now, because I would rather spend some time tonight resting, eating, recovering, and then wake up early and get more miles in than I originally planned. So I'm feeling pretty good with this decision. Even if I have to have an early morning, I feel like my body just needs to rest for a little bit. Today was pretty difficult. It was probably like 4,000, almost 5,000 feet, I would say. But I think it will help a lot if I start really early. So even if I get up and it's still dark at like 5 and get hiking by 6, that will be wonderful. That'll be 3 more hours in the morning where it's cooler. It's just so dang hot right now that it's hard for me to stay motivated. It was kind of a stressful day, getting my permit, starting the trail a lot later than I wanted to, having my water filter struggle, but then work in the end. It is only 4:30, holy smokes. That was a lot of rambling. It's hard to describe in words what it is like to be in this position. To peer across the valley and to see this massive granite wall. Even capturing it on video doesn't quite share the experience that I had. It was incredibly special, and I was overflowing with an intense feeling of gratitude. This might be my new favorite campsite of all times. Oh my gosh, it just doesn't get any better than this. I just cleaned up, changed my socks, wiped down my body with fresh wipes, and I just ate a Cliff Bar too. I've been just like eating nonstop since I got here pretty much. This campsite's nice. It's like an actual campsite. There's flat ground behind me. There's a fire pit. There's a fire going here right now though, a wildfire, and so they're recommending not to do fires. This is the view from my campsite. Half Dome here, and then Cloud Rest right back there. So I didn't get as far as I wanted to today, but this is well worth the climb. And it's shady. Finally, the sun set behind the trees a little bit, so it's shady. I just tried to braid my hair, but it looks kind of wonky. Whatever. I am crispy fried. Look at these legs. Look at these shoulders. My shoulders were not even in the sun that long and they got burned, but my legs are crispy. So I put sunscreen on, but I think it was too late. I was already sunburned by the time I put it on. So it's not too buggy here right now, which is nice. There's just like normal sized flies and a couple bees here and there. Almost the whole trail was just covered in these little gnats, and it was just miserable. I have never realized how useful a bug net would be until today. This is my dehydrated pasta meal that I made for myself. This is an experiment right now, people. Look at this view though. Is this not incredible? Okay, it's got to boil right now, so we're gonna let it roll for a little bit and then I'll turn it down and let it sit. I'm so excited to try my own food. Looks pretty good. So grateful I chose to camp here. This is such a good spot, and it's been such a nice, relaxing evening. I finished my dinner and it was delicious. It really turned out well. I was scared about the dehydrated meals that I made myself, but it turned out well. But I am looking forward to getting started earlier tomorrow morning. I'm going to probably watch the sunset for a little longer and then climb into bed. Doing my mocha latte this morning. Just hot chocolate and instant coffee. But it's delicious out here, I'll tell you that. As you can see, the sun is rising behind me and it's lighting everything up again. And there's bugs coming back out. But I'm just getting things sorted right now. I just put on sunscreen. Yeah, I wanted to hit the trail by 6, but it's 6 o'clock right now and I haven't had coffee yet. So that's my priority. My plan today is to hike to Tenaya Lake and hopefully up Sunrise Mountain. I'm going to eat lots of food today and hope that that helps keep me fueled. So far I've eaten everything that I've rationed for yesterday, which is good. I'm gonna take out everything that I've rationed for today out of the bear canister and put it somewhere convenient in my bag so that I have easy access. Mornings in the backcountry are quiet and still, the calm before the world begins to wake up. It is 6:54 and I'm leaving camp now. I wanted to leave camp by 6, but it just didn't happen, and that's okay. So I'm starting my morning with a climb to connect with the main trail. That will take me to Tenaya Lake. My pack feels really light right now though. I think I only have 2 liters of water, so it feels light, and I ate a bunch of food last night, so that helped too. It's gonna be a good day. The trail climbed a granite rock quickly as I hiked away from North Dome towards Snow Creek. This is spectacular! Oh my gosh. When the trail flattened out, I decided to make a detour to visit Indian Arch. It was well worth the uphill effort. Such a beautiful arch in the granite rock. It's amazing. It's actually pretty cool to see the arch in granite. I feel like you don't get to see a lot of granite arches like this, so pretty cool. For this next section, I'm breaking out my hiking poles and I'm gonna try to do some mileage quickly, hopefully. We'll see kind of how the elevation is, but I think it'll be very helpful to use my arms for this next section, so let's go. I am feeling really grateful for choosing to camp where I did last night at North Dome, because if I would have continued the trail, it's just all like this. And I've seen places to camp, but you just don't get that view that I got at North Dome. So I'm feeling lucky to have been able to spend a night there and soak up Half Dome view, because it was just incredible. And I'm loving the fact that these morning miles are in mostly shaded spots right now. I'm at a point where I need to make a choice. I guess it really comes down to how much road walking I want to do, because there's gonna be a lot more road walking this way. I've done this trail before, parts of this trail before, so I am just not sure. I'm gonna take a second and make a decision. I decided to take the trail that goes past Snow Creek and Mount Watkins. I came here to hike on the trails, the backcountry. I don't want to do a lot of road walking. I saw a handful of people on the trail at this point, some with much bigger packs than mine. I immediately felt grateful for my decision to pack light, reminding me of the difficulties of last year and the heavy pack that I carried. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. I'm gonna head across that bridge down there. But first I'm gonna stop and filter some water and get myself wet because it is starting to warm up. And I know this next section of trail is a climb. This is the creek that I hiked up last time I was here in Yosemite. So this next section of trail I am familiar with. There's definitely going to be some overlap from this backpacking trip and the last one. Snow Creek, here we are. All right, so I'm heading to Tenaya Lake. Looks like my filter is working right now, so that's good. Leaving Snow Creek now, heading up towards Mount Watkins. The trail today feels really good so far. It's almost 10 o'clock, so I've been hiking for almost 3 hours. And I think I'm at 6-ish miles. Honestly, this climb is not as bad as I remember it, but maybe I just haven't gotten to the hard sections yet. It's actually been really nice. I found the hard part of this trail, by the way. These switchbacks. We've got these clouds rolling in, and they are glorious. The last few miles have been nothing but climbing, and I'm tired. I'm taking shade under this rock right now. Today I'm gonna soak up as much shade as I can. Okay, so I'm at 9 miles for the day. It's almost 11:30. Going to have my chips and my tuna. That sounds so dang good right now. Genius. Where's my spoon? Best idea ever. I do have a quick favor to ask. If you enjoy this video or any of my videos, please hit that subscribe button. That little bit of support would really help me. This section of trail leads through vibrant pine trees and over huge stretches of granite rock. The last time I was in this area, it was very wet, which allowed a variety of mushrooms to grow on the forest floor. This year was incredibly dry, making it difficult for these wild mushrooms to thrive. It's getting really hot, so I am really looking forward to that lake. Tenaya Lake 1.7.
Okay, so I would at least like to get to sunrise today, and it's only 5.8 miles away, so I feel like that's doable. But I may go more if I'm feeling good. So that's the plan. Just leaving the parking lot for Tenaya Lake. There was a bathroom there, so I was able to change into my shorts and throw all my trash away, which is so nice. The little things while you're backpacking, really.
Taking a break and soaking myself in Tenaya Lake was incredibly refreshing. This lake was significantly warmer than Yosemite Falls, but equally refreshing on this hot summer afternoon. Alright, just finished up at Tenaya Lake, and I got in the water a little bit and cooled off and rested and filtered water. It is 3 o'clock now, and I've got a big climb up Sunrise Mountain, so wish me luck. As I hiked from Tenaya Lake, I thought about the last time I was on this trail and the condition I was in at this point. This year, climbing towards Sunrise Mountain was still difficult, but I was able to appreciate it so much more this time. My experience today was multitudes better than the sufferfest of a hike that I had last year. I even made a phone call to Brock on my way up before my service vanished. I was so grateful to be in a much better headspace with a much lighter pack and fueled much better than I was last year. And I had the chocolate on my face to prove it. Unfortunately, there are no mirrors in the backcountry, and I did not realize I had chocolate on my face until it was way too late. I am almost all the way up this climb, but I just stopped in the shade to take a break and was thinking about how much has changed since last year, since the last time I was hiking this trail. And I really didn't plan on doing this much like reflection on this hike, but it's just bringing up so many experiences that I had while hiking this. So as I think back to how my hike last year went here, almost on this same trail, I just realized how much I've grown as a hiker, as a backpacker, as a content creator, as a person. Last year I was such a nervous hiker, especially backpacker. And actually, now that I think about it, I think my last trip to Yosemite was my first like big backpacking trip by myself. But it's fun to think back and just see the progression. It's amazing the different experience I've had so far. The hard times I go through in the end helps create me into a better person. Just something I was kind of thinking about sitting here. This is such a special place. I feel so grateful to be here. It's about 4:45 right now. I'm going to get back to hiking, but I should be at camp within the next 2 hours.
Cloud rest is in 4.7, half dome 9.7.
I'm gonna keep my eye out for a spot to camp as I'm making my way towards cloud rest. Ideally, I would like to wake up early tomorrow morning and start hiking to Clouds Rest, maybe catch the sunrise up there, and then make my way down into Yosemite Valley. Today, like all around, it just felt cooler than yesterday. Yesterday was hot. I feel like the real difficulty is gonna come tomorrow though. There is a little pond up here. I'm not sure what it's called, but I'm going to stop and filter water there. There's the lake.
All right, I just filled up all of my water, so I'm now carrying 4 liters, and that should be plenty for tonight and tomorrow. Leaving that beautiful little pond. Haven't seen anyone in a while, so it looks like all the day hikers are probably off trail by now. Next thing to do is to find a spot to camp. Oh my gosh. Like 2 seconds after filming that last video, I just found a campsite, and this is one that they maintain because there's a fire pit and some wood here. Look at this view. The lake is just right there. I feel like I've been scoring with campsites on this this trip so far. Setting up camp at this lakeside site was so peaceful. It was incredibly quiet, and I was completely alone for quite some time here. I took my time setting up the tent, unpacking my bag, cleaning up, and leisurely eating snacks. Today was the most stress-free day I have ever had on trail, and it was such a refreshing way to soak up this incredible experience in the backcountry of Yosemite. I am so happy with how this turned out. The noodles cooked perfectly. It's just so good, and I actually want to eat it. And I'm basically going to just prep everything as much as I can to get ready for tomorrow so that I can leave super early and get these miles done. I'm hoping to be in Yosemite Valley before 11 a.m. I'm gonna eat breakfast on the go, probably no coffee tomorrow. I'm just gonna be strictly business. I'm gonna try to get this done quick tomorrow. I'm gonna try to eat as much as I can, so it'll make my pack lighter for tomorrow, and it will also fuel me a lot because I burned a ton of calories today. This is saying 2,137. It's so peaceful and quiet here. I haven't seen another person in hours. Very special to be out here. All right, I'm gonna make some hot chocolate. I've actually got 2 packs, so I'm just gonna use both packs right now and just make this delicious chocolate drink. I am so excited. I ate all my dinner, and this is the dessert, and I'll probably end up snacking after too. This hot chocolate is so good. What a night. Feels so good to rest after the day. Tomorrow's gonna be pretty brutal, I think. We'll see how I'm feeling tomorrow. I feel like this whole trip has just been like, we'll see how I feel, and then make a judgment from there, which has been kind of nice actually. Before it gets too dark, I need to go filter water so that I don't have to do that first thing in the morning. Today was a great day here. It was so beautiful, not stressful, very chill, just hiked at whatever pace I felt like hiking at. It was just so good. What a cool opportunity to be at this beautiful place. I'm heading to sleep. It's like 8:45 probably, but time for me to lay down. Good night. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Good morning. It is 4:17. Getting ready for the day. I just went and got my bear bin. It feels so early. I'm so tired. Toothpaste. I am on trail. It's 5:20. My headlamp shows that it has a low battery, and I didn't know that. And I used all the battery to charge my phone last night. I kind of pushed off my start time this morning so that I could wait for it to be a little bit lighter, so if it does die I can still hike and at least see a little bit. I am honestly not sure how many miles I need to do today. The sun is starting to rise behind me. Cloud Rest is 2.5 miles from where I'm at right now.
climbing up this super steep section, but look at that view. It's a nice, cool morning. It's kind of cloudy, which is lovely, and there's my alarm going off, so it's 6 a.m. Oh my gosh. Climbing atop of Cloud Rest felt like climbing on top of the world. I made it for sunrise. That's incredible. The sky was cloudy, providing a canvas for the sun to share its incredible colors on. As the sun rose in the east, it showered the tip of Half Dome with an orange glow. Oh my gosh. This is incredible. Wow. And not long after the sun rose over the eastern Sierra Nevadas, it was overtaken by clouds, changing its pink-orange hues into blues and purples in a matter of minutes. I spent some time at Cloud Rest, soaking up the incredible grandeur. This backpacking trip had no destination, and definitely did not happen according to plan. But every step I took and every choice I made led me to experience a sunrise atop of Cloud Rest. That alone was enough to make me pause. Timing is a funny thing. It teaches me that so often when I feel like I'm behind, somehow I'm exactly where I need to be. Yosemite Valley, 9.8. I feel actually really good this morning. I was worried when I first woke up because my legs were really stiff and I was kind of dreading this section of trail today. But at this point in my last backpacking trip, I was really suffering and I still had 10 miles to go. And honestly, this is probably my favorite backpacking trip I've ever been on. It's just been so good. Not everything went according to plan, but it's all worked out just perfectly. Tenaya Falls, 3.2 miles. I think that I'm like 6 or 7 miles from the valley, but I'm not entirely sure. My Strava conveniently stopped recording at the top of Cloud Rest, and my All Trails just whacked out, so I have no real indication of the miles I've done today and the elevation. So I'm just moving along. It's 8:07 right now. I feel like I'm making pretty good time. Wow, look at Half Dome from here. This is the backside of Half Dome. I can see people climbing it. Yosemite floor is at 6.2. Making pretty good progress today. Today feels so good though. The downhill has not been as bad as I thought it was going to be. Thank goodness. Just enjoying my last few miles here on trail. What a beautiful trip it's been. I just ran into a lady today on this trail just now that I saw at Tenaya Lake yesterday. I took her picture for her, so fun to see a familiar face out here, kind of familiar. I love being on trail. It's just so random and fun and flowy and challenging, and it's all the things into one. And I just love it. 4 miles to Yosemite Valley. Definitely not taking the mist trail again. The John Muir Trail in this section is 1.5 miles longer than the mist trail, but the mist trail is so brutal. It's like straight down. So I'm definitely happy to take the John Muir Trail on this one. So this is a new section of trail for me. I'm really excited to see what it's like. Wow, that's incredible. It's getting really hot and sunny, so I put on my sun shirt and my sunglasses, just busting out these last 3 miles. I've only got one thing on my mind right now. It's been on my mind this whole trip down. Starbucks. I think that's the only coffee shop they have in Yosemite National Park. And I'm prepared to drop a band there right now. I want it all. No, not really, but I am really excited. And I'm definitely going there because I'm going to treat myself. This trail is 100 times better than the mist trail. So if you have the option, take the John Muir Trail every time. It's just as beautiful, if not more beautiful. I mean, look at that. And you can see Half Dome right over there. And the falls right over here. It's probably more beautiful, less steep, just a little bit longer, but my goodness, it's worth it. I mean, just look at that. Yosemite Valley, 2.3. There was one other thing on my mind besides Starbucks. Gratitude. I felt incredibly lucky to experience this trail in a new way, creating positive memories in the exact same places where I experienced so much challenge. 10:35, and I made it to the valley. Now I'm just walking to my car or to the next shuttle bus stop, because I will definitely take a shuttle right now. That's going to wrap up my solo backpacking trip in Yosemite. Thank you for being here and experiencing this trail through my eyes. If you enjoyed this journey as much as I did, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!